Hello and welcome everyone. Today is a new day and we are going to start with a new topic, which is the sound of music, as I have already done the first part, which is the story of Evelyn. This is another story on music, which is the sound of music chapter 2, which is of Bismillah Khan, about the Shehnai. So we will do that CBSE topic class 9, and we have already done a few topics of CBSE class 9 and 10. So if you want to follow, you can follow them and then come to this, and of course you can tell me if you require anything else so that I can come up with that first. That's all. Let's begin with our topic. So let's begin CBSE class 9 topic, the sound of music. The Shehnai of Bismillah Khan is our today's topic. Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of a musical instrument called panji in the royal residence, for it had a shrill, unpleasant sound. So what is it talking about? Emperor Aurangzeb, you must have heard his name from Babur, Akbar, Humayun. You must have heard of this lineage. The last and the most strongest was Aurangzeb. He was very strong ruler. However, he was a bit, you can say, he was culturally very upgraded, but the only problem was that he was orthodox. So it was a bit of an issue. Anyway, we are not talking about Aurangzeb over here. He, in his court, banned the playing of panji. Panji is kind of instrument, as you see in this picture. The first picture is panji, this one. Because the sound made by the panji, a musical instrument, is played because of the beautiful sound, isn't it? So if it is not that pleasant, then of course it is banned. Panji became the generic name for reeded noisemakers. So reeded means, just like you have that, you must have seen the basuri, right, the flute that you play. There are holes, those are called reeded instruments. Few had thought that it would one day be revived. So nobody had thought that again, when once this is stopped by the ruler, it would again come back. A barber of a family of professional musicians who had access to the royal palace decided to improve the tonal quality of the panji. So he decided, a barber, this is important, a barber had thought that okay, let me try and revive the instrument or make some changes in the instrument so that the sound, tonal quality, the sound is better, and made 7 holes on the body of the pipe. So he made 7 holes, as you see in picture number 2. See, in this instrument there are 7 holes over here. So that was the change that was made. When he played on it, closing and opening some of these holes, soft and melodious sounds were produced. He played the instrument before royalty, and everyone was impressed. So when he played this music, everybody was impressed, because when you have a number of holes, of course the sound is sweeter, it is more, it would sound better if it is narrow, if it is broader and the holes are there. The instrument so different from the, see the picture over here, it is completely, even in the last slide you have seen the two separate instruments. It just looks completely different from one another, right? So different from panji, had to be given a new name because it is looking different, it must have a different name also. As the story goes, since it was first played in the Shah's chambers and was played by a nai or a barber, the instrument was called Shehnai. A barber at that time was called nai, so it became Shehnai. The sound of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious. That means it was played in a very what should I say, some special ceremonies, some some auspicious ceremonies, meaning something which is very pure and something very religious, in those kind of sacred. And for this reason, it is still played in temples and is an indispensable component of any part of the nobai or traditional ensemble. This one you will pronounce as ensemble, okay, not ensemble, of 9 instruments found at royal courts. So it became very auspicious, very sacred for any important ceremony. So do we remember playing Shehnai anywhere? Yes, of course, in the marriage ceremonies you will see people playing Shehnai, or at least the music is played. If there is if we cannot see a particular person playing it, we can of course hear it. So till now, even in the nobai, meaning a place where number of instruments will be played together, even there in the royal courts, this instrument was played. Till recently it was used only in temples and weddings. The credit for bringing the instrument onto the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. This is very important over here. So Shehnai is first important, how Shehnai came to being, and then who is the person who most significantly played that instrument, that is Ustad Bismillah Khan. Before that, only in marriages, in weddings, in temples, this instrument was played. As a 5-year-old, Bismillah Khan played Gilli Danda. If you see the first picture in this slide, this is the way Gilli Danda is played. Little children in the villages, they are very accustomed to this game. He would regularly go to the nearby Biharji temple to sing the Bhojpuri Chaita, at the end of which he would earn a big laddu weighing 1.25 kg, a prize given by the local Maharaj. So he used to go and the nearby Biharji temple to sing Bhojpuri, some kind of song. So at the end, when the song was very well sung, he got a gift which is 1.25 kg laddu, that is the weight of the laddu, very huge sized laddu he used to get as a prize. The local Maharaja used to give him that. This happened 80 years ago, and the little boy had travelled far to earn the highest civilian award in India, the Bharat Ratna. So initially he began this journey of winning prizes with a laddu, 1.25 kg laddu. But the highest award that he got was Bharat Ratna. Now we will learn his journey. Born on 21st March 1916, Bismillah belongs to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. His grandfather, Rasul Baksh Khan, was the Shehnai Nawaz of the Bhojpur king's court. His father, Paigambar Baksh, and other paternal ancestors were also great Shehnai players. So in the royal court, in the Bhojpur king's court, his father used to play this Shehnai, and even his grandfather, that means his father, who is his grandfather, Bismillah Khan's grandfather also, and the ancestors also were Shehnai players. So this was kind of in the family itself. Let's move to the next page. I hope till this much there is no issue at all, and if you are following till this much, that means you have understood the first 4 paragraphs. So I would request you to subscribe, because it is a great thing to see, because now we are 10,000 people over here who have connected and are benefiting from here. So of course, if you like it, do subscribe, and also let me know if you require the other chapters, the CBSE topics, and which are the topics that you need. According to that, according to the amount of votes I get in one particular topic, I'll bring that in the next video. So if you want it early, you can write it there. Coming to number 5. The young boy took to music early in life. At the age of 3, when his mother took him to his maternal uncle's house in Benares, now which is called Varanasi, Bismillah Khan was fascinated watching his uncles practice the Shehnai. So when the young boy used to go to his maternal uncle's house, that means his Mama ji ka ghar, okay, Mama's house, he was very fascinated, how beautifully the uncles practiced the Shehnai playing and all. So Bismillah started accompanying his uncle Ali Baksh to the Vishnu temple of Benares, where Baksh was employed to play the Shehnai. So he used to go with his uncle to the place where to the Vishnu temple. There they used to play the Shehnai, practice Shehnai, and he was also there. He used to just listen to them. Ali Baksh would play the Shehnai, and Bismillah would sit captivated for hours on end. So time went on. He did not even realize that so much time has passed. He was so engrossed in listening to that music. Slowly, he started getting lessons in playing the instrument and would sit practicing throughout the day. For years to come, the temple of Balaji and Mangala Maya and the banks of the Ganga became the young apprentice's favorite haunts, where he could practice in solitude. Solitude meaning in peacefulness, when nobody is there, he could sit there in that temple and keep on practicing. See, here is a place where two religion come together. The Hindu temple, but a Muslim is playing, practicing music, doing the thing that he loves the most. Where does he find peace? He finds peace in a Hindu temple. So here we see that even if people are religious, of course I don't want to hurt the sentiments, but a person is actually a person. God is there residing in him only. So you can find peace anywhere and everywhere. No temple, no mosque can differentiate or divide that. Slowly, so now what happened? The flowing waters of the Ganga inspired him to improvise and invent ragas that were earlier considered to be beyond the range of the Shehnai. So now he started playing the Shehnai in such a beautiful way. He started playing ragas. You know, in classical music you have the ragas. He used to play that over there, which nobody even had thought of. Okay, like they did not even think that this kind of a rag, this difficult rag, classical music can be played on the Shehnai. But he started that. At the age of 14, Bismillah accompanied his uncle to the Allahabad Music Conference. At the end of his recital, Ustad Fayaz Khan patted the young boy's back and said, "Work hard and you shall make it." With the opening of the All India Radio in Lucknow in 1938 came Bismillah Khan's big break. So when the All India Radio came, this was the place where he started growing massively. In Lucknow in 1930, he soon became an often heard Shehnai player on radio. So as soon as the All India Radio came, his music became popular because it was heard over there. When India gained independence on 15th August 1947, Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to greet the nation with his Shehnai. So on 15th August 1947, when India got independence, there was a cultural show held on that day when Nehru gave his speech and everything. On that particular day, on the stage, he also played his music, his Shehnai. He poured his heart onto the Rag Kafi from the Red Fort to an audience which included Mahatma Gandhi and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who gave his famous Tryst with Destiny speech. So Tryst with Destiny speech is actually a very significant speech by Jawaharlal Nehru. This is a famous one. So when he gave the speech on the same stage, Bismillah Khan had also played his music. Bismillah Khan had given many memorable performances both in India and abroad. His first trip abroad was to Afghanistan, where King Zahir Shah was so taken by the maestro that he gifted him priceless Persian carpets and other souvenirs. So he went to Afghanistan to play. You can be asked to which country did he go? It is Afghanistan. He played in the court of King Zahir Shah, and he was so fond of his music that he gave Persian carpets. You know, those carpets are very famous. So souvenirs, different other things to him. The King of Afghanistan was not the only one to be fascinated with Bismillah's music. Film director Vijay Bhatt was so impressed after hearing Bismillah play at a festival that he named a film after the instrument called Goonj Uthi Shehnai. The film was a hit, and one of Bismillah Khan's compositions, Dil Ka Khilona Hai Toot Gaya, turned out to be a nationwide chart buster. Chart buster means it was the record breaker. So many people were interested in this music. So even films were made in which his song was there. Even one, on that instrument itself, a film was made which is Goonj Uthi Shehnai. You can be asked this question. Despite this huge success in the celluloid means previously film world was called celluloid world. Bismillah Khan's ventures in film music were limited to 2. So only 2 movies actually were based on his song and him. I just can't come to terms with the artificiality and glamour of the film world, he says with emphasis. So he was quite intrigued by that film world, which is kind of quite different from the real world. Awards and recognition came thick and fast. Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to be invited to perform at the prestigious Lincoln Center Hall in the United States of America. So in Afghanistan, in United States of America, he played in the Lincoln Center Hall at United States of America. He also took part in the World Exposition in Montreal, in the Cannes Art Festival, and in the Osaka Trade Fair. So well known did he become internationally that an auditorium in Tehran was named after him. So in Tehran, even an auditorium was named after him, which is called Tahir Mosik Ustad Bismillah Khan. If you see the picture beside, you have a question over here. Tahir Mosiki Ustad Bismillah Khan's auditorium is situated where? Montreal, Osaka, Tehran, Bahrain. It is Tehran. So it is option number 3. Now let's move to number 11 point. In 2001, Ustad Bismillah Khan was awarded India's highest civilian award, the Bharat Ratna. This you can be asked in which year he got, because this is very significant. Getting Bharat Ratna is not a matter of joke. With the coveted award resting on his chest and his eyes glinting with rare happiness, he said, All I would like to say is, teach your children music. This is Hindustan's richest tradition. Even the West is now coming to learn our music. So our tradition is this. Our tradition is this classical music, these instruments, this playing of music. So children should learn it. If I have got the Bharat Ratna, the only thing that I want to tell or inspire others by saying is that everyone should learn music. This is our tradition. In spite of having travelled all over the world, Khan Sahib is Bismillah Khan, as he is fondly called. So what is Bismillah Khan fondly called? Khan Sahib is exceedingly fond of Benares and Dumra, and they remain for him the most wonderful towns of the world. A student of his once wanted him to head a Shehnai school in the USA. So in USA he was very popular, so one of his students from the USA requested him that you please head a school, be the head of a school in USA. But the student promised to recreate the atmosphere of Benares by replicating the temple there. So student told, because he was very fond of his teacher, he said that you come here for the school, I will recreate the temple over here for you, so that you can, you still feel that you are in Benares, you are in Dumra. But what did Khan Sahib say? But Khan Sahib asked him if he would be able to transport river Ganga as well. Later he is remembered to have said, that is why whenever I am in a foreign country, I keep yearning to see Hindustan, while in Mumbai I think of only Benares and the holy Ganga. So he told the student that, can you bring Ganga also over here with the temple? Because it's not just a temple or not just Ganga, it's a complete feeling that I am in my own place. That is what makes me feel that I am in India. So, or I am in that particular place in Varanasi. So I will never be able to stay permanently in this place. Maybe I'll come and go, but I'll not stay permanently, because my heart lies over there. And while in Benares, I miss the unique matta in Dumra. So when I am in Benares, I still start missing matta. Matta is this kind of, I have this picture for you. This is matta. This is actually kind of, you beat the milk and curd and something like this is milk. This is matta. And Ustad Bismillah Khan's life is a perfect example of the rich cultural heritage of India. One that effortlessly attempts that a devout Muslim like him can very naturally play the Shehnai every morning at the Kashi Vishwanath temple. So Kashi Vishwanath temple, which is known for kind of a place for the Hindu people, pilgrimage, people would go for pilgrimage over there. The pilgrims, Hindu pilgrims will go there. But you see, it's kind of, it evades the place, the peacefulness of the place evades all boundaries, right? Even the Muslim musician Bismillah Khan, he felt that he effortlessly could sit there and find peace there and play his music and call it his most beloved place. So here all religion come together. Okay, so that's all. Here we come to an end with Ustad Bismillah Khan's topic, the sound of music part 2. I hope you have liked it, and if you have liked it, don't forget to subscribe. And yes, next I may come up with questions from here if you ask, otherwise I'll move to the next topic. There are other topics like wind, then the little girl, I think, then fun they had. I will move up with this. Okay, that's all. Bye bye.